Hey coach, today I'm answering your questions all about Paperbell that you've left in the comments under my YouTube videos. In case we're meeting for the first time, I'm Sha-day Johnson and I'm the tech strategist and YouTuber for coaches teaching you how to streamline and automate your business using Paperbell. So let's get right into these questions. All right, I'm going to be reading them from my phone, and the first question we have is from Miss Milfort 1. Hi. No. I'm going to be reading your, look into the camera, not the screen. Okay. So I'm going to be answering your questions from my phone. So let's get started with the first one, which is from Miss Milford 1. Hey girl, how you doing? Your question is, does it integrate with your bookkeeping software? The answer is yes. Paperbell does integrate with your bookkeeping software, and the way you do that is you download your transactions and import them into your software. Some that they work with are QuickBooks, FreshBooks, Wave, Xero, and Sage. You want to make sure that you're connected with either a Stripe or PayPal account before you start working with Paperbell, because that is how you would accept payments for your services. The next question is also from Miss Milford 1. Thank you so much for being so active in the comments. I love it. Keep it coming. The question is there a way to do intake forms with Paperbell? And the answer is yes, there is. When you create your package in Paperbell, there's going to be a tab there called surveys, and that's where you'll input all of the questions that you have for your intake form. And during the workflow of your client purchasing their package and then setting their appointment, one of the steps in the workflow is going to be to complete that survey, and the answers get sent to you and are kept in your account, and there's your intake survey. The next question is from Shakara Melvu. Thank you so much for commenting, and I hope I said your name right. So your question is there a way to automate the client onboarding process? And I actually have done a video about this. I'll tag it here. And yes, there is a way. When you create your Paperbell package, like I was mentioning in the last question, you create a workflow so that way some of those, or depending on what you're offering, maybe even all of the steps can be automated, such as their client intake form, obviously booking all of their sessions. You can also include signing the contract, which is essential, and also sending any automated emails like appointment reminders or any type of things you want to be emailing them about that is included in your package. Our next question is from Diego Pampa. Hey Diego, your question is, can you automate emails? So like I said before, yes, you can automate emails, but I wanted to point out this question because I wanted to make sure I made it clear that even though with Paperbell you can automate emails, it's not the same as having an email service provider for marketing purposes. So you've probably seen on my channel before that I talk a lot about ConvertKit because that is my favorite email service provider for coaches. And so for your marketing purposes, such as, your newsletter that you send out every week, or if you're doing a launch and you're sending out promo emails, that's what you would be using ConvertKit for. But the automated emails for and within Paperbell, those are just for your clients and more of the one-on-one connection that you're making with someone versus a marketing email. Okay, our next question is from Celeste Johnson, and I'm Sha-day Johnson, so maybe we're related somehow. I'm not sure, but hey Celeste, your question is, when you get inquiries from your website, what software do you use for that? I'm assuming you can't add a contact from your website that puts those contacts in Paperbell. So yes and no. So when you get inquiries from your website, let's say you're using Wordpress, which is my favorite website platform to use, WordPress.org specifically. You can add a contact form using a plugin like Gravity Forms. That's one that I prefer. And when someone enters in their information on your website, obviously that's going to get sent to you. And there's no automatic way that that's going to be sent to Paperbell. So one way that you can do that is by using a tool called Zapier. Some people say Zapier, so I'm not sure, but I say Zapier because what happens is you create a zap, which tells your contact form to send that information to Paperbell every time someone enters in their info. So there's no automatic way to connect Paperbell with that contact form. You would need to use that tool Zapier to get those connected. And if you're going to be marketing to those people that are entering their information into your contact form, it might actually be better to input that contact information into your email service provider like ConvertKit versus with Paperbell, because really Paperbell is used for communicating with your existing clients. So that's something to consider. So depending on what your goals are, either use Zapier to connect that contact form with Paperbell or with your email service provider. Our next question is from Queen Kelly Drone. Hey Queen, your question is, thanks so much for your recommendation. Is there an embed code for the calendar to put on my website or sales page? Quick answer is yes. Paperbell can be embedded into your website or your sales page. You just simply take the embed code that's on the calendar availability section, paste that in there, and you're good to go. Next question is from Jen Orman. Hey Jen, your question is, hey Sha-day, can I create contracts for digital signing in this program? Yes, you can. As I've mentioned before, Paperbell will take your client through a nice workflow. So part of that workflow is getting your contract signed, and they actually use HelloSign. That's a software that integrates directly with Paperbell. So you set up your contract over there, they sign it, you're good to go. No extra work for you. Our next question is from Patrice K and Co. Hey Patrice, your question is, if I am selling a group package where all attendees attend at the same time for 6 weeks, is there a way that I can streamline that process so that they don't have to make 6 selections? For example, if I name it August group, can they simply select that group without having to check all 6 dates of the course? So I have good news. Paperbell is awesome when it comes to creating any type of package you can dream up, whether it's a one-on-one session or a group package. And so when you create a group package, this is a very valid concern because you want to make it as easy as possible. And if there's, 12 sessions, or in this case, 6 sessions, you don't want them having to choose a bunch of things and just getting confused. So the good news is that when you create a group package in Paperbell, you set the dates and the times for each group meeting, and then your clients that have purchased that group package are automatically sent invites to each of those sessions. So they don't do any choosing, so it's not confusing. They are simply invited to the times and dates that you've set up, and you're good to go. Our next question is from Tia R. Hi Tia. Your question is, great video, thank you very much. Do you know if there's a way to integrate a Teachable course into Paperbell? I love the ease of Paperbell and the student experience in Teachable. Would be nice to use both if possible. So unfortunately, I was not able to find a way to connect Paperbell and Teachable. I did go to Zapier, like I mentioned previously, to see if there was a way to create a zap to connect the two, but there wasn't. So as of right now, if you wanted to add your Teachable students into Paperbell, you would have to do it manually. I would recommend outsourcing it to a VA because as a coach, delegating, outsourcing is something that you should be doing. If you haven't heard me mentioning my Simplify with Systems course, I teach you how to automate and delegate tasks in your business. So check out the link for to get enrolled into that program. I think it's so awesome that you have a Teachable course. Congratulations. All right, here's another question from Jen Orman. Hey girl, your question is, hey, Paperbell has a scheduling tool and a doc signing software built into the software, correct? So yes, and Yes. Paperbell does have a scheduling tool built into the software, so all of your clients can schedule their coaching sessions with you or your discovery sessions. And they also have the contract signing software, which is not technically built into Paperbell. Like I mentioned before, they use HelloSign, and so you sign up for a HelloSign account, connect them, and that is how your contracts are signed. So there you have it. I hope you found answering those Paperbell questions super helpful. And if you have any Paperbell questions of your own, definitely leave them in the comments. And I want to invite you to join my Paperbell group over on Facebook. It's called the Paperbell Society, Automation Made Easy for Coaches. And that is where I continue to teach you how to streamline and automate your coaching business using Paperbell. And I go live over there, so you get live trainings that you don't necessarily see I post anywhere else. And my favorite part is that we're creating a community of coaches. So check out the link in the description to go ahead and get added to that group, and I will see you in the next video. Be sure to subscribe to this channel and like this video, share it with a coaching friend of yours, and I'll see you next time. Bye.